Greetings, everybody. This is Paul from FitSpaz Radio, and this is specifically FitSpaz Recovery. The difference between the two shows being the other one I talk about fitness, this one I talk about substance abuse issues and issues relating to recovery, how you're feeling and all that. Your mental state of mind, your mental health, all that jazz. You know, I haven't done this for a while, but it's my intent to get back to this. I want to try and make this between 15 and 20 minutes today and just wrap some good thoughts in there. I have managed to somehow go about 13 months without drinking and smoking marijuana, and that's a first in my adult life. I went 19 years. I never had a span of time like that. The year prior, in 2014, I made it about 10 months without using marijuana, but there was occasional drinking and a lot of temptation from that drinking, so I decided to cut it out. And also in the last couple years of my life, I've gotten... Where am I getting that sound from? I don't want that noise. The dinging. I think this is giving me notifications of someone writing me on this computer. I have to figure out how to shut that off on here. Anyway, because I don't want the interruption, you know what I'm saying, dudes? And so that's not very nice. I had a train of thought, and that's like what Shalene's talking about. Distractions. It's like, ding, important, and I put my phone on airplane mode, and I cut off the sound to, I cut off the Wi-Fi on it because I'm doing this recording, and now I'm just like, are you kidding me, dudes? So I don't want those notifications on this computer. I'm just looking to see if I can find that really quick. So yeah, I have none on there. I don't know why I heard that just now, honestly. But let me get back to what I was saying. Very distracting, very annoying. Sorry, people. You know, these days, a bad day for me is actually, in contrast, a really good day compared to back when I was smoking all the time. I remember I would smoke marijuana, and in 10 to 15 minutes my mind was wound up like a negative knot, mad at a lot of things, a lot of people. And since sobering up, I've been able to sort of diffuse all that tension and just be a lot more positive as a person, which has been really nice for me. I'm way more calm than I used to be. I know I've said this on here before, but if you saw me, if you were like a fly on the wall when I used to be smoking, you'd be like, wow, in the morning, this guy is angry, he's full of rage. And now I have habits in the morning that keep me very serene. I get up, my habit is to meditate, which I did for 20 minutes today. I pray, which can take between 10 and 15 minutes after meditating. And then I jump into an exercise routine, which I didn't do today because it's my rest day. I'm taking it easy. Oh yeah, let me switch that off. And so my point is, I've actually still been going to Marijuana Anonymous on Wednesday nights. I go to a group of people who've decided to quit smoking marijuana because they recognized how it causes a lot of negativity in their life, emotional upheaval, the inability to manage aspects of their life professionally, personally, and it just doesn't work for them, you know? It's interesting because there's a pretty good group that's grown there. It used to be a lot fewer people who would show up, and maybe it's the whole thing with legalization in Colorado. Some people are, it's cool. You're a distinguished person actually when you see that it was just legalized, but now you're ready to give it up. There are a lot of aspects of denial, people who do it, things about their lives that are not good that they can't see, or they're in denial about it, they're delusional about it. And one of those things is the emotional impact that it has on you. For me, I was just a lot more irritable and temperamental, and I would fly off the handle way more easily. And now I have this habit of meditating every day for, like, I think it's 7 or 8 months now, which is kind of extraordinary. I've never done that in my life. I've had to discover other things that give me peace. And so I've been going to these meetings, and I've looked around at people, and I realized some people are really struggling. And so for the first time going there, for several times recently, I have decided not to speak because I feel like whatever it is I'm going through, I'm managing okay. I can deal with it. And what others have to deal with is inherently a lot more stressful than what I'm going through. So I want to let them express themselves and talk. It seems more necessary for me to listen right now because of the way it helps other people than it is for me to express myself. I can come here and do that, quite honestly. This is a great outlet for me to do something very similar. And so people identify there on many levels with the struggle of quitting marijuana. That's predominantly what the group's about. There are a lot of addicts in there who've tried drugs all over the map, as well as I have over time. But my drug of choice, the drug of choice for a lot of these people, has invariably been marijuana. And so I'm letting other people express themselves. I think that's important. They got to get it out, especially when they're early on in their recovery process. They sort of need the floor more than me, and I like to listen to the varied stories of other people. It gives perspective to my life. It also lets me know what I have in common with people, the specific hardships that we've all put up with, in our respective addiction. I know people out there who smoke marijuana don't like to talk about it being addictive or habit forming, but it is. And, I could pose it to you like this. Is a day without marijuana a good day for you? How do you answer that question? Because if the answer is no, you might have a problem. And there are a whole list of questions in this book I have about, I'm not going to name all those. There are a whole list that if you answer yes, you might have a problem. I say yes to, I think, every one of them, 10 different questions. But my point is, if you just answered yes to that one question, it might indicate that you have a problem. Are you tired of smoking? Feeling run down, tired, forgetful, spending your money on it, having others around you frustrated because you're high all the time? These are all good reasons that you might want to just hang it up, in my opinion. And that's what I did. I think it's improved my life immeasurably in many ways. I like not being a slave to it. I like that I'm not constantly having to get high and chase that high to feel like I'm not going crazy. And I like being able to do things and look forward to things where it's those things I'm looking forward to, not, oh, finally, when that's over, I can go get high again. That's just not a pleasure for me. And I gave up the drinking. There are dark aspects to my drinking, but it's not like I'm an alcoholic, like somebody who's like, I gotta have a drink, and then they become this disheveled, monstrous wreck when they drink. I'm triggered. When I drink, I become obsessed with wanting to smoke. And in my entire adult life, this is the honest to God truth now, I've never felt more emotionally mature and responsible than this past year. Something amazing has happened this past year. I've really discovered something that fundamentally this is what I want. I want to be straight. I miss wine. I miss drinking wine, but that puts me at risk. And I like the taste of wine. I just generally like the taste of wine. I don't think there's a such thing as a non-alcoholic wine. And then there's this addictive part of me that's like, well, why would you want to drink that? My dad has always told me you should not drink to get drunk, and my purpose of drinking was always to get the buzz. And there are some beers that taste good, and there's wine, and it tastes good, but it's like I never felt like doing it if the point wasn't to get a buzz, which indicates a problem, actually. My dad was right. You have a problem if your intent is to get drunk, and I was always intent on getting drunk. And so that's another reason why I'm more mature now. Would I consider myself an alcoholic? There are issues there. I don't know if I'm full blown. There are degrees of things, and if this is the extreme alcoholic, I'm more like the light alcoholic. I have more control. It's not the kind of thing where I think I need to go through 12 steps and say, I'm out of control with this. But in order to control my pot smoking, I can't drink. I will become obsessed within minutes of having a buzz with getting high because I'm like, oh, screw it. I just want to see what that's like. It's an amazing feeling. So another thing I've done, it goes along with meditation. There are all kinds of aspects of meditation I think are good, healing my mind and my body. But in addition to that, every single day for a long time during my prayer process, I go through a whole accounting of the things that I'm grateful for: my health, my family, people who love me, people I love, having a roof over my head, knowing where food's coming from, having great transportation. And this is not me going, hey, I have a cool car. I'm saying I have a safe mode of transportation. Some people can't get here and there to do what they have to do for whatever reason. I'm grateful for that. And when I say health, all of the above, feeling like my body's healthy, feeling like I don't have any form of malady or nothing that can hold me back ultimately from the things that I want to do. My eyesight is good. My hearing is good. Some people are born without limbs or they're, you know, whatever it is. I'm so glad that at this stage, knock on wood, everything seems to be clicking right. And why? I think I consider myself very healthy physically right now, and I'm grateful for that. I think it's partly due to fitness. I think when you exercise and you break muscles down, you're building your immune system, but not only that, you're getting your body in a great mode to heal itself if you do have an injury or something. Like I sprained my ankle last Saturday and I've been in pretty good spirits about it, all things considered. It's about 5 days later and I can see that my foot is healing. I'm still limping, but it feels better. And I look at it and I go, well, gosh, I must be healthy on some level because this thing is healing. And it was pretty bad. If you saw me hobbling around on Saturday, it sucked. It hurt and it was very uncomfortable. Just even sitting in a chair, it was like, ah. But the degrees to which it's gotten better, it's something I'm grateful for. I feel like blessed because of the way it heals. If I get a cold, it goes away relatively quickly. Within 2 or 3 days, the worst part is over, and residual stuff, maybe 5 to 7 days. I think that's a pretty quick window to be getting healthy again. And I'm not bragging. I'm just saying I think I've cultivated this degree of health in my body, so I'm honestly very grateful for it. I recommend, I've talked about forms of escapism that would be healthier than doing drugs, watching TV, whatever it is to get you through those first initial stages of getting off the drug where you're sort of withdrawing and getting your mind and body used to the idea of not doing it. I recommend fitness, okay? Not just because I'm actively involved in a company or something, but specifically, so not trying to sell you anything at the moment. I'm telling you, I recommend just getting out there and walking. And I don't want to hear anybody say, I hate walking, because it is one of the simplest things you can do just to get your body flowing. And everybody's different, okay? So find a way to do it that jives with you. If it's on a treadmill watching TV, fine. If it's listening to music, fine. If it's finding a friend who's willing to go on a walk with you, do it. Just get that regular movement. That will boost your mood. I'm serious. Dr. Paul says walk 20 to 30 minutes a day, and you will notice a benefit in your mood and your whole overall level of functioning. I think you'll sleep better. You get the blood flowing. You'll heal better. You'll boost your immunity when you get sick or when you get injured. It's just all around a good thing. Cardiovascularly, you will be much better off. So mild forms of exercise, even if you're running in place, even if you're just stretching your whole body. I get up and I do a warm-up routine on my rest days like today, and it just makes me feel better. Why wouldn't anyone want to do that? So, but let me tell you, if you manage to get straight, you can't just get off drugs and things. Oh, yeah, that's enough to feel good. There are a whole myriad of things you should be doing um, to cultivate your mood to be better, because you're already at a disadvantage because of your lifestyle habits. Okay, you've been maybe damaging your mind and your mood for years by pulverizing it with the chemical cocktail of this, that, and everything that gets thrown your way. So you need to do things that are going to naturally stimulate the healing of your body and your mood, and exercise is one of those great things. Nutrition is another. You should have seen the huge bowl of broccoli that I steamed yesterday, okay? And then I squeezed nothing. I put lemon on it. I squeezed lemon juice on it from a fresh lemon, and that's it. No salt, no pepper, no other. What I just that's enough for me to love it. And to me, that's just one healthy thing I'm putting in my body. I eat salads very frequently with avocados, carrots, and cucumber was my salad yesterday. I didn't have any carrots left, so I just made a cucumber salad and put a little seasoning on it with apple cider vinegar, and voila, bam, it's good. Everything I try to make my body less acidic, so that's why I choose certain things like the lemon juice and the choice of vinegar is all to make my body less acidic because studies show that those things, and the more acidic your body is, the more sick you get. So there are many levels. If you think you're going to sober up, if you're going to just eat a bunch of junk food and sit on the couch, you are going to still cultivate a bad state of mind, a bad attitude, bad health, feeling bad, aches and pains. You want to keep aches and pains at bay? By golly, get up and move around, stretch. Know that that is so important in life to cultivate a good state of mind, a good mood. I'm telling you, just walk. Even if you are doing drugs, if you can exercise sometimes, it's still going to have a positive impact on your mood and your body. It's still going to detoxify you. I imagine, like, when I get going and my heart's going and my blood's pumping, all of this shit, and I mean shit like toxins that were in my body, they're getting moved out. So when you're well hydrated, I'm like imagining myself kicking all that stuff out of my body, flushing it out, washing it out. The more your blood flow is moving through, and I think that too. So like right now I'm hydrating and my foot's healing, so it needs to have good circulation. I need to still be moving around on it, not just constantly sitting on the couch. Of course I don't want to strain it, but you got to pay attention to your body. So today I just wanted to put a little something out there. I'm always going to be telling you guys, in conjunction with your recovery, that physical activity is paramount. That's what I'm going to keep driving home. That's how I want to help you, is to tell you that if you want to feel better and you want your body to heal, get moving. Quit all forms of smoking. Fuck your cigarettes. And if you're in rehab smoking cigarettes, they shouldn't be letting you smoke your cigarettes because that's just where your addiction is getting directed to. It's being diverted into that habit. Did I say the F word just now? Pardon me, people. I want to try and keep these things as clean as possible, but I feel strongly about it. Cigarettes are so bad. They taste like such S word, too. So, get those out of your life if you can. And, you know, it's like everybody has to get to a point where they're just so fed up and disgusted by it that they kick it out. And God knows I know it's hard, okay? I've been addicted to cigarettes too. And it's a miracle in my life that I'm not smoking anything right now, not drinking anything. I'm on no prescription drugs. I refuse to take Advil. Everybody this last week when I sprained my ankle, they're like, take some Advil. I'm like, no. Do you have any idea what that does to me and my prostate and trying to go pee? Seriously. And I know it's not just me, and I know that this isn't just anecdotal. I've established the fact that if I take too much Advil, something's out of whack. I feel it in my mood. I feel it in my pee-pee. Seriously. I'm saying it in a joking way, but I do feel that way. I am going to wrap this up because I'm embarking and nearly approaching 20 minutes from now. Keep an eye out for these because I'm going to be, like I said, I'm going to be trying to do these more frequently. I'm going to try and put out one recovery and one FitSpaz a week. And in addition to putting these out on YouTube as video, I'm also going to extract the audio piece and eventually make trying to hear some music here. I don't hear any music. Oh yeah, because I shut that off. I didn't want to be interrupted. Yeah, I'm going to create a feed to be in iTunes and hopefully pick up more listeners. And I'm not out there to compete with people, okay? I'm just trying to put something out good for myself, something that if you identify with me as a person, maybe we can connect on a personal level. I'd like an audience of people who feel like I resonate with you because we have that in common. And if you don't like me, there are lots of other recovery podcasts out there where you might identify better with their philosophy or perspective. And maybe because I'm not the worst case scenario addict that lives. There are people a lot more troubled than me, and God be with you. I hope you discover for yourself how to do it. It's highly personal, that threshold where you're fed up and you finally just start to make a change. I would love it if someone saw me and they're like, well, if Paul can do it, I can do it too. I would love it if I could stimulate some people to make that change. And I recommend fitness and eating right and having the right kind of support group around you. Don't be embarrassed to go to a Narcotics Anonymous group, Marijuana Anonymous, or Alcoholics Anonymous. There are communities of people there with the same kind of experience, and they'll give you emotional support. You won't have to hear your friends like making fun of you or whatever because you want to quit. Just do it, okay? So this is FitSpaz Recovery. I'm Paul, the producer, and you can email me by sending messages to paul@fitspaz.com or paul@fitspazradio.com. Hit me up. Let me know if you... I'm going to be setting a website, or what do you call it, an email list up. You can go to my website eventually and sign up for that, fitspaz.com or fitspazradio.com. I'm just going to have to decide which one of those I want to use. You could probably just go to fitspaz.com. Make it easy. I'm too redundant and silly. I get warmed up, and then my mind's like, phew, 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 firing off on these things. And then I don't want to quit because I'm all like, blah, blah, blah. I'm flowing good. Why do I want to hang it up now? But I do, because it's 22 minutes, and that's enough for today. Your attention span, you need to just reflect on what I've said now, and if it's something good for you, make that change right now, today. I know that people can do this because of, if I could feel like it's impossible at one point and somehow pull it off, you can too. I think it's amazing. Feels like a little miracle has taken place, okay? So for real, people, don't give up. It is not hopeless. Even though it feels hopeless, even though you might be down and out, come on, join me. Come on. So I'm going to try and keep these up consistently, build up a little community here. Team FitSpaz, come on, people. Let's do this. Take it easy, everyone. Have a nice day. Get back to you soon.